Hello there, Ray here, and today I'm going to show you a way that I discovered how to make slow mode in survival. Now this isn't some strange lag machine that's going on, this is a really consistent slow mode. You can even be able to turn the speed up or turn it down depending on how fast you want the game to move. We did a lot of the testing for this glitch on my Twitch stream. If you haven't already followed me on Twitch, you can do that down in the description. I'll put a link there, as well as follow me on Twitter, so that's where I normally announce it when I am streaming. Now, if you do miss out on the Twitch streams, you can always watch the archives, which are linked on my Twitch page. So on the right hand side, you can see I have a counter which is being clocked up at spawn, and this counter is counting game ticks. Every time it goes up one, that's one game ticks, and they're normally 20 game ticks per second. So normally that number at the end is really cruising through the numbers. And you can see now game ticks are going very slow, like one game tick every couple seconds. This allows us to be able to do a lot of cool things where you can't see normally in normal speed. So if I place down like a bed, you can see that how long it takes like the bed to be placed. It takes quite a while because I just clicked on this block. And then once the bed does appear, you can see it puts the back part of the bed first, and the color is wrong, you see it's red. And then afterwards, it will eventually place in the head part. So I think this is considered the foot part. Yeah, this is the foot. And you can see the color is red, and you can even see inside the bed how there is no texture for this side of the bed. It's pretty crazy. And yeah, and then finally the top part is put in, and then it switches the color of it. So I noticed this bug when I was out here working on the World Border Elevator, a video that I showed a couple months ago, and I discovered this really strange mechanic where when you get out here, the server runs really slowly. As you can see, the tick rate's going slow and everything else is going quite slow, just like putting these TNT beside this redstone block takes normally 4 seconds to blow up, but as you can see, I've been placing quite a few here and none of them are blowing up yet. That's because the game is going very slow, and it only happens in some locations. This is one of the locations that I found that it works in, but this allows you to do some pretty cool stuff. Now, I really want to show you guys this mechanic because I want to know what you guys think I should use this for. You can do stuff like this where you place a bunch of rails down and you can see how the game will slowly update them and make them turn. It's kind of cool how that works. But what I really want to know is what do you guys think I should use this for? Now, the fastest way to get out to the world border in survival is using my Portal Pearl Warp. Now, I showed this in a prior video, and it is really awesome way to get out there. By using this trick, you can increment yourself closer and closer to the world border, pretty much by doing it times 8. If you haven't seen this video, it is amazing because you can get out to the world border in under 30 seconds. Now, the thing to note about this is that you will have to do this in versions 1.12.1, but if you are in version 1.12.2, you can always revert back to version .1, and there is no change at all that will occur. Normally, you don't want to revert back your worlds to a lesser version, but in this case, it's okay. And by using this trick, you can easily get out there and do what you need to do, which is sit out at the world border to create some lag, and you can do all sorts of things when that occurs. Now here you can see I just went from 100 to my coordinates. Now my coordinates are 1000, and pretty much it's just going to keep jumping my coordinates upwards until I get all the way out to the world border. If you haven't seen this video, I highly recommend you watch it because it is a pretty amazing thing that I discovered here, and I will link it down in the description. Now, one of the first things that came to mind when I figured out you can slow down time in survival is to use my method of killing the Ender Dragon with Ender Crystals, which, if done properly, can kill the dragon in 1.5 seconds, and I think it is more doable now that we have the time going quite slow. This makes my method of killing the Ender Dragon with Ender Crystals more realistic. In this case, you can actually kill the Ender Dragon in 1.5 seconds if done correctly. I'm just going to give it a try here, since everything is in slow mode. Oh, yeah. Took a couple tries, but yeah, it's possible to kill the Ender Dragon by using the slow mode. Now, if you haven't seen my video where I killed the Ender Dragon in 1.5 seconds, it is possible in survival, and I did a video showing how. I will link it down in the description. It's pretty crazy. And using this method, it's possible to kill the dragon in that much time, but it'd be considered game time, not real life time. Now you can see other strange mechanics such as like when you place a redstone block by some pistons, and when they extend, notice that the piston that has a block in front of it will act a little bit differently than the other pistons. Notice how this one went invisible, but the other ones are not invisible. And you can see when I have it retracted, you'll see the same thing going on. So notice how this block is showing here, where these are still showing the piston heads. And then they all go invisible, which is kind of funny because then you can walk around inside of it because they're all block 36. Now the game doesn't like it when you are inside of blocks. They will try to move you to the other sides of it, pretty much try to figure out which side is closest, and they'll move you out to it. But yeah, you can definitely do some pretty weird stuff with this. Now, normally the game isn't this slow, Normally it's about 1 second per game tick, but I have logged onto another account and put it in a different location by the world border. And this makes the game ticks quite a bit slower. As you can see, instead of being just like 1 second per game tick, it's more like 6 seconds per game tick. And the more accounts you have around the edge here at certain locations, the slower you can get the game to go. And you also can see how long it took that TNT to ignite. It took probably about 5 minutes or so of me sitting here. Now you also can do some pretty strange stuff with the 2 high plants. If you break the bottoms of it, sometimes you can get it so that it will show the default flower. So I'm just going to test it out here. Here you can see this one, I broke the bottom, and then a couple game ticks later, it went over and reverted back to the default. So if you take a block in the bottom of a fern, you'll see it converts the top over into a sunflower, then it'll convert it over into a petunia, and then it will eventually break off. And sometimes you can get just the base of it sitting here without having the top, but then eventually the top will come back in again. So this trick also works with skulls. If you look at the skulls, they're all called Minecraft skull, but they have different IDs. So this is like /0, /1, etc. So if we place down the normal skull, you can see it just be a skeleton. But if you place down any other type of skull, such as like a wither skeleton skull, it will first be placed down in its default form, which is a normal skeleton skull, just looking off in this direction. But then afterwards, it will be updated and it'll be rotated in the right direction. And this also works for any other type of skull, such as like a dragon skull. Another cool thing that you can do is with projectiles, they all get thrown in one game tick. So if you hold down your mouse and you throw a bunch of projectiles outwards, next game ticks, you'll see they all get thrown. It's pretty crazy. If you press like F3 and B, you'll even be able to see their hitboxes. Yeah, like you don't even need an auto clicker or anything just to make a whole bunch get sent out all at once. So this only kind of affects some areas. If I move over this way and I go into a different chunk, so if I hop into like this chunk over here, you can see the time speeds up really quickly. Now you can also speed it up by just walking out one chunk away from the border. So if I just put down some zombies and some villagers, you'll see the zombies are going to try to chase the villagers. Right now the time is sort of slow. Some spots the time is slower and some spots the time is faster. But if you just move out one chunk, you'll see that the time will speed up. And yeah, all the villagers are running very quickly and the zombies are moving quickly as well. I just watched a villager push himself up against this world border and climb up this vine, even though there's no blocks behind it. So I'm just gonna try myself. Press up against it. Oh, that is so cool. Yeah. I got some wolves and some rabbits, as well as some villagers and zombies. And let's watch these guys again as we move out. Holy moly, they just take off. It's like time is being held back, and then as soon as you release it, then everything just occurs at once. Another cool thing you could do is throw out a whole bunch of fishing reels with one fishing rod. You see all the ones that got attached to the ground here? Pretty much what I do, I just hold down right click and a bunch get thrown all in one game tick, and it looks pretty crazy, and then they just all stay there. So I guess the main question is, can you actually catch any fish with all these? I guess we'll find out. Okay, now that is a lot of fishing reels, but they don't seem to be trying to catch anything. Oh, this is strange. It shows my fishing rod has returned in my inventory, but there is still a bobber that's sitting out here. Press F3 and B. Oh, now it vanished. Even like farmland tilling also takes a little while. You can grab sheep with leads and lift them up and they will eventually fly through the air. But it's like in slow mode here. I pulled one up and you can see now he is starting to fall, I believe. But it's pretty slow. So let's see if the data value of anvil changes. I guess, yeah, they still considered a data value. Takes a while for the anvil to actually fall with the... Oh my goodness. The anvil is like glitching all over the place. At least the image of it is. Yeah, I don't know which side I'm supposed to be looking at. Looks like it's here. There's a shadow, but every time I move my head, like, it just glitches all over the place. That's crazy. Like, it doesn't know which side to show me. It seems when you put down banners, their collision box shows up, but not the actual banners. Here you can see it. It says it's a standing banner rotation 15. And it looks all normal. The only thing is a little bit afterwards, then the actual banner shows up. Now with ender pearls, you cannot just keep spamming ender pearls. There is a cooldown. Now the cooldown that you see in my hotbar, it's just client side. It seems that you still have to wait for the cooldown to occur that's server side. So even though I'm spamming, you gotta wait the entire time before I can throw another ender pearl. So you can kill the dragon in slow mode. Been doing some other testing here. I want to try out boats. So I got an ice path here. Everything is slow. So when I click on the boat, I have to wait a while before I actually get into the boat, which is kind of annoying. But I also have another account that's AFKing out the world border so I can come here to the end dimension. And yeah, pretty much boats seem to be fast, but what happens is that you will get rubber band backwards, which is kind of annoying. But yeah, as you can see, you can make some progress, but as soon as the next game tick occurs, then all your progress is reversed. But overall, you can make, I think you can make more distance than you normally could in one game tick by doing this method. Now, something you can do is you can crouch, and I'm crouching in a boat right now, and you can actually stay crouched until they kick you out of the boat. But it looks pretty crazy to be crouched inside of a boat. Now let's go ahead and test out minecarts. I'll click into this minecart. And just like before, it takes a little while to actually get in there. Next game tick. And I'll press forward, and it takes a little while to get started as well. So you may notice a problem or something different compared to boats, because boats, once you get into them, you're client side, so you can travel as fast as you want, although the server will reset you. Once you're inside of a minecart, it's different. You are calculated server side. This reason, the cart is only going to move when the server is going to allow it to move. But just like boats, you can actually crouch inside of a minecart, and you will stay crouched until it kicks you out. But look how short I am. Sometimes when you switch into spectator mode, you will turn out looking like this, where you have a hitbox and your head is in there and you can rotate and stuff, but you are in spectator mode and it looks pretty crazy. You can go through blocks. So while testing some stuff on stream, I was riding my boat across here and I barely clipped off the edge of this ice stream and it fell down into the void in survival. And for some reason, the game thought I was still up here, even though I was down in the void, and I end up going down to negative 100,000 in the void without even taking any damage in survival. Now I'm going to play a little clip of that occurring, and it's a little confusing because I'm running 4 clients at once. See how long it takes me to die. So on the stream, I also had one of my accounts sleep in a bed, and I got stuck in the bed where I couldn't leave it, and it was kind of strange because I ended up having to try to get another count over there to try to get the count out of the bed, and I'll play some footage of that. The bed's like right here. What happens when I place blocks? Wherever he's at. You can see the tree in the image. Oh. I guess he won't let me place blocks because this is where he's at. Oh, you're telling me the character's the guy's over here already? Oh, I see him. He fell down here. Oh yeah, he's in the particles. Oh, that's so funny. Right here somewhere. Okay, he's right there. So it turned out the count was kind of like in ghost mode and he was invisible and ended up finally taking some lava and killing him off. A new type of slow mode in survival. Now tell me what you guys think I should use this for down in the comments. And if you guys found this interesting, show me with a like and also share this with others. And if you want to see more crazy stuff like this that can be done in survival, go ahead and subscribe and remember to hit that bell button to get notifications. Bye bye!